pattern recognition might have you think the next installment of this series would be Shirobako. I've said its name, used clips, and alluded to it with lateral connection. But that's not this video, because blindsided by a sequel announcement, a show I really enjoy is getting more animation. So today, as I gear up towards its second season, I want to talk about 3 of my favorite things in 300 seconds about Machikado Mazoku, or The Demon Girl Next Door.
I've been here for a while now.
Although it's limited, I can now move freely. You'll regret writing me off as posing no threat, you cocky little brat. I suppose I did let myself get a little emotional, but you're 5,000 years too young. Now it seems that you're struggling by yourself, and that worries me.
But Shamiko, your mother had to raise 2 daughters on her own for 10 years. And on top of that, she had to keep the truth from you. No matter what, I can't return those 10 years to you. That's why, even if you want to
So you're just gonna give up and run away because you can't give it all back? Is that it?
Alright, so my videos showcase my interests, which is visible just from thumbnails. But what's not visible is my love for English dubs. I prefer to watch anime in English, and when I'm rewatching shows, I specifically see if I can find them in dub. I even want to make this point with Soccer Quest, but couldn't fit it until now. The English dub of Machikado is done by Sentai, with director Kyle Kobe Jones and ADR writer Marta Bechtel. They, along with main leads Genevieve Simmons and Monica Rial, adapted the show faithfully to the characters and atmosphere. Rial captured the frantic, infectious energy of Shamiko, having me smile and be excited at the chaotic and bubbly performance. But Shamiko can also be aloof and serious, which she also nailed when necessary. Having Rial lean into the energetic Shamiko, full of comedic timing and spunk, worked in tandem with the softer performance Simmons had for Momo. But it wasn't just the soft-spoken nature of Momo. Subtle hints of energy and inflection within the performance really sold her character. Momo, after all, isn't cold or deadpan. She's reserved, owing to her past and personality. Simmons' performance really showed that tinge of complexity within her character. The rest of the supporting cast was also equally fitting, and as a whole presents a lively, engaging, and accurate rendition of the characters and story. My affection for dubs aside, the time and the love spent into portraying these characters paid off. I had so much fun with the dub, and it made watching all the better. The main characters of Machikado are one of the strongest parts of the show, but what I liked most about this dynamic duo was how they gradually developed and added depth in subtext. Shamiko is a ditzy demon, often confused, easily tricked, and weak. While these traits make for fun gags, they also have purpose. Being incredibly weak is explained in her history. Her constitution has been poor ever since she was a kid, and while initially told in passing, it adds context. Lilith could barely move while possessing her because Shamiko is that physically weak. Shamiko never seems to have a penchant for physical activities because she was warned not to. This also heightened the impact of Shamiko taking care of a sick Momo. Her, of all people, knows how important health is. All of this is embedded in her history and gradually revealed, recontextualizing her character in the process. Of course, I can make equal notes about Momo. Our initial impressions of how she seems to want Shamiko to stick around comes off as strange. However, it's likely she doesn't want to experience the pain of abandonment and loss owing to her sister. We also get a good picture of the struggle between magical girls and demons through Momo, how she's encountered far more dangerous and menacing, and how the world's probably been saved more than once by powerful magical girls. All of these details are revealed in passing, and as they are, her actions are given perspective and context. Watching the main characters goof off is fun, but I also enjoyed how the story shaped their personalities with their history. It gave every scene a sense of purpose and added enjoyable depth. A major part of what made this show feel so colorful and vibrant was the colorful characters and vibrant expressions, but particularly I enjoyed the details spluttered throughout the show, which made for often hilarious supplemental humor and charm. These details range from background characters obtrusively doing random things to the way Shamiko's tail moves in accordance to her emotions. One of my favorites is quite harmless and almost out of sight. During episode 2, after Shamiko goes broke buying a Coke, they walk past 2 posters on the wall. This gives the space a uniform impression that the next wall they'll walk by will also be one with a poster. But the next wall is a corner, showing that Shamiko could have just drank out of a free water fountain. Sure, the joke runs fine without the posters, but the added subconscious detail functions into how naturally it landed. Other moments include seeing boxes of Mikan, which foreshadows Mikan, but more importantly it's also a nod to a big spoiler at the end of the season. There's also the transformation timer, which isn't in the manga from what I've read, and is an added gag just for the anime. It's not just a visual element either. The narrator directly references it, adding this meta element that is only present in the show. While the show itself already looks very good and has a consistent quality, it's the extra details found within the way characters move, directing, and elements of an adaptation that made watching a treat. Stop me if I've said this before, but rewatching Machikado Mazoku was better than I remembered. And I'll admit most of that heavy lifting went to the amazing dub, but the show itself is just a really fun time. It lives or dies on how fun and likable the characters are for you. And for me, they were very enjoyable. All of the extra depth and effort into the adaptation was just the icing on the cake. And I'm very excited to see this ridiculous duo back in action, but also where the story will go, since so much had happened and so many secrets were revealed. Anyways, I'm off to go play some more Elden Ring, and, well, I'll be on the lookout for the demon girl next door. And that was the video. Thank you for watching as always, and as you saw, I was playing around with After Effects with the manga transitions in this video, which are going to be a new mainstay, kind of. I'm doing basic stuff for now, but I do want to do different kind of visuals. I'm always trying different stuff for every video in terms of how it's edited and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.